Your style, my style, freestyle.
Feferity Radio, your nostalgic station.
Running through women, men, jobs, people, and life, looking for the answer when I had it all along. But I smile because I am your mind. I was your mind yesterday, I am your mind today, and I'll be your mind tomorrow. And as our end draws near, we will become closer. But you and I, we will never be one. For I will part from you, and you will part from me. You finding another mind, and I another soul. And we'll travel on and on. By the way, I need more than sex to nourish my equilibrium. But I do need sex. I also need sun, trees, stars, creativity, and love. But you saturate my soul with too much of one and not enough of the other. Therefore I cry. But why do we cry? Because tears cleanse the windows of our minds. I am your mind. All your thoughts inside your mind, wanting to be free. Well, now you've got the chance to let your mind grow and be free. Because the music is just trying to say things to free your mind. And if you let your mind be free, then you can understand mine. There's no need be afraid of me. I want to be your friend. I'm just trying to give you music from deep, deep, deep within. All of your dreams can become reality. My outreach is full, but you've only been turning me halfway. Turn me up, and alpha and theta waves will spew from your pores. Knowledge, peace, happiness, and prosperity will be placed at your feet. Let's create.
Assalamu alaikum, my brother. Roy is there, and you know when I play this, I love this track so much. I am your mind. Roy is. That means conversation time with my special guest. And on the line today, our local champion, Afrobeat master. He's been in the music business from birth. I'm sure he wouldn't deny that. It's Dele Sosimi. I want to welcome him here on Feferity Radio. Sir Dele, welcome, sir.
Hey, Feferity. Well, you too. Welcome to my little visit to your shindig, if I may call it a shindig. It's a cool shindig where you dish out, you reach out, and it's all good. You know, try and connect because it's all about connecting.
Absolutely.
Especially in these times. These times we're living with that nobody could have predicted this time last year. You know, so yeah. Shout out to all the listeners. Hope you all keeping safe, keeping inspired, and keeping positive.
Look at that. And how about you yourself, sir?
Yes, I'm keeping positive. I'm just, working slowly on my craft, developing it further as I should be, as everybody else should be. This is a time to regroup. This is a time to rethink. This is a time to reorientate. And this is a time to be ready to run with it when the time comes.
Indeed. I mean, it's sort of a really strange time, like you said. It's been predicted before, but to come in full effect like this and attack the whole world like it did is something phenomenal, isn't it?
Yep, it's a global standstill. So nobody was prepared for it, And before we go much into the program, I would like to give my heartfelt condolences to every listener out there who has lost someone during this period. I know a lot of people have had the unfortunate experience of losing a loved one or losing someone close to them or losing someone they were not even close to, but someone they used to see on a daily basis or on a weekly basis. And now, due to some reason or another, they're falling victim to these times we're in. My condolences to all of them. And
Well, that is really applaudable. That is applaudable. Thank you very much for that.
You're welcome.
Yes, sir. I mean, you said you've been cooking some really palatable dish whilst you've been locked away from your craft. We're going to get into that because it's been a while since we connect, actually. And I'm sure new production has emerged. I mean, over the past months or so. We're going to get into that. I mean, tell us a little bit for our listeners. I'm sure you are very well known in the UK, around the world, but this is a new station, and a lot of our listeners few might not know about Dele Sosimi. In fact, I was saying that you were born in Hackney. Is that right?
Yeah.
But you know something?
Luckily, I was.
Right.
Luckily, I was. That's the only reason why I'm based in the UK.
Allegiance to your place of birth.
Yep.
You know something? Go on.
Hello?
Yeah. You're there, right?
Yeah, I'm there.
Yeah.
I had another voice, so I thought maybe there was a caller or something.
All right. Okay. No.
Allegiance to my place of birth, more or less. Yeah. So, kind of like.
Right. I mean, before we proceed, actually, because this question has been on my mind whilst you were talking about a global lockdown. Let me pose this to you. And I just thought of it now before, it disappears. If, say, for example, the whole of Europe, America was shut down and Africa was open, will you be here by now?
No.
And that goes for every black man actually listening to this program. It just came to my head at the moment,
I would still stick my behind here where I'm used to.
Right.
Where I've been for the past 25 odd years. I've gotten used to life. No matter how bad things are, I've gotten used to the way of life here.
Yes.
And I'm gonna see through through thick or thin, or good for bad, better for worse. You know, I mean,
Right.
I'm not gonna abandon ship because of, you know, some pandemic or some Eurodemic, if it's Europe, or Ameridemic, you know, even Afridemic, you know. So if it's an epidemic pandemic, you know. But nobody could have predicted this. But you know, there's no point in running away from anything. When your time is up, your time is up. If your time is not up, your time is not up.
Yep.
So,
Yep. And you've just lost a brother, a friend, an uncle, an associate, you know, a fan to all the world, Tony Allen.
yeah, and you know, he was in London on the 12th, 13th, 14th. We hung out together. We even spoke the Tuesday before the Thursday he died. We spoke, you know. He seemed like he was that Afrobeat father that, you know, you think he's going to live forever. You know, he's the first to get to when we have a gig together, he's there early, and he's always the last to leave. We left the Church of Sound on the 14th of March around 2:30 a.m. in the morning, because we were hanging out, we were talking, we were reminiscing,
Yeah.
you know, not knowing that, you know, it was like our final goodbyes, you know, we will not see each other. We will still speak, because we were speaking regularly weekly, sometimes 3-4 times a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, so his time was up, and he was saying prophetically, look, when my time is up, that's it, I'm gone. And once I'm gone, I'm gone. I've done what I want to do. I love what I've done so far, and I love what I'm doing. But once I'm done, I'm done. That's it. End of. It's up to you guys. Then he was referring to my generation of Afrobeat torchbearers to keep the message, keep on flying the message, keep on flying the flag, and keep the torch burning, you know. And the words ring so true to me now, but then I was looking at him like, no way, Jose, you're still the flag bearer, the torch bearer now, still active at 79. You outplay, out-sit, out-drink everybody, you know. After the gig, we were celebrating, we were drinking, we were, you know, smoking, we were, you know, just having a great time.
Yeah.
And he was the last man standing, you know, the last man standing. Oh,
Wow.
man.
Yeah. I mean, his spirit as well, isn't he? You know, when you meet him, he's such a very, very cool personality. Always there to listen. You know,
very down to earth.
Yeah.
Has no false airs, you know. And you know, he has so many young musicians he mentored, you know.
Yeah.
And it was never about whether you play Afrobeat or you don't play Afrobeat. It was all about, as long as you are a human being, and you are ready to, you know, mingle, to learn, you are open, then that's it.
Yeah.
And you know, barely a week, just about a week after he died, then TY now followed.
I
was
know.
like, whoa. Whoa. And TY was like another son to him.
Yes.
You know, there are quite a number of collaborations.
Yes.
He did featuring TY and a load of other MCs and hip hop artists.
Yes.
Breeze,
Yes.
the Black Voices, even Adewale Agbaje, the actor. You know, he did something on the "We Don't Want to Fight Your Wars No More" in the home cooking album.
Right.
You know, so yeah, what a legend.
Yes.
So,
yes.
I mean, people close to us.
Yes. Yes. Just like that. Just like that.
Yeah. I can't even imagine the reception waiting for them up there.
Oh man, oh man.
As soon as they got in through the door, I'm sure they started a big massive jam session. While they were jamming, TY now walks in, and it's like, TY!
You know?
No. Someone give him a microphone!
I mean, you can imagine, I mean, you know, the company, the reception with him and Fela, and all the great, you know, I mean, Minds, Victor, I mean, Olai, and all these great, you know, what would it be like?
Yep. Yeah.
I mean, tell us, I mean, you know, this is a bit of a script here in the UK. It's not just in the UK you met Tony Allen. Just a brief encounter about Tony Allen in Nigeria when you was there, when, you know, you went there as well.
Yeah. When Fela was incarcerated for the foreign exchange charge,
Yeah.
The responsibility to keep the music of the Egypt 80 at the Africa Shrine going fell on Femi Kuti's shoulders.
Yeah.
And me being his right-hand man, I was there as his right-hand man throughout, you know, reorchestrating, rehearsing, teaching, and keeping the music alive, you know. So during those sessions, especially, that was when I really got close to Doctor. I usually like calling him Dr. Tony Allen.
Okay.
And that doctor came from, you know, there used to be segments of the night when he was still with Africa 70, where we take his drum solo. And as in most Afrobeat norm, there will be a part where you get into an underground spiritual game where there is a participation, where the audience have to say something. So for Tony, Doctor used to do something where there will be a chant, Doctor, and he's taking his drum solo, back, Doctor, you know.
Wow.
So we rekindled that during the Egypt 80 time when Fela was incarcerated. You know, we used to revive some very old Fela classics like Shen Shema.
Yes.
You know, Open and Close.
Yes.
You know, and yeah. Doctor will come into Nigeria on holiday.
Yes.
And once he's in Nigeria, he's coming to Shrine. And then we will invite him to come and sit in with Egypt 80, you know.
Okay.
But then the band used to be built, Femi Kuti and the Egypt 80. So it used to be a lot of fun.
Indeed.
And that's how, that's when we really got close. And you would say to me, look, you're going to play with me on one of my songs someday, somehow, you know. And then anytime we would then, later on when I had moved from Egypt 80 and I was with Femi Kuti and the Positive Plus, you know, we would tour Europe and we would be in Paris. We would always make sure we're looking on him, you know.
Yes.
And so we continued. And then up until when I became based in the UK. We kept that relationship going, more like father, son, big brother, small brother, you know, confidant, sounding board, everything.
Fantastic. Well, I said earlier on that I was going to surprise you. Probably you know already, but this is a remix of one of your tracks. This one I really, really like. Is mixed by Sosu, Complex.
Oh, yes.
You remember that one?
Yeah.
Wahala. And I tell you what, let's take a track. Let's take a listen on this one first.
Okay.
And then we'll come back and speak to you, man. Dele Sosimi on the line, my special guest here. Born in Hackney, from Nigeria, West Africa. This is Wahala, remixed by Sosu Complex. Or Complex. You can find this in Uptown Strut. Editor's Selection Volume 1. An incredible album. This is a remix, Wahala, by Dele Sosimi, my special guest here on Feferity Radio. Welcome, your nostalgic station.
Checkpoint today, load the shit forget it. We got the police checkpoint. We got the army checkpoint. We got the custom checkpoint. We got the 419 checkpoint. I'm a robber, they come for road. Everybody scatter, scatter. I'm a robber, they come for road. Everybody scatter, scatter. I'm a robber, they come for road. Everybody scatter, scatter. Rich man today, poor man tomorrow. Poor man today, rich man tomorrow. Rich man today, poor man tomorrow. Poor man today, rich man tomorrow.
Tell you what, I love this track, man. 9 minutes long.
Bending of the fish na condition. But condition they no rishi. The one way they make you happy, the one way they make you sad, the one way they make you enjoy, the one way they make you suffer. I say bending of crayfish na condition. But condition they no rishi. The one way they make you happy, the one way they make you sad, the one way they make you enjoy, the one way they make you suffer. No matter your condition, things can change at any time. Rich man today, poor man tomorrow, winner today, loser tomorrow. Rich man today, poor man tomorrow. Poor man today, rich man tomorrow. Rich man today, poor man tomorrow. Poor man today.
Tell you what, Dele was dealing with the issue here, right here. Wahala. So Dele Sosimi, welcome back.
Yeah, thank you.
You know, I mean, it's such a really great track, but we've got a lot to cover today, so that's how we're going to roll it here. But this one, you were dealing with the issue, man, Wahala.
Yeah. Wahala does not recognize anybody. It does not recognize title. Wahala is Wahala. You can be a rich man and suddenly Wahala comes and you become a poor man.
Before we proceed further, actually, I've got a text here from Leon. He was laughing and says he likes your wording, Eurodemic. When
What?
you was talking about the epidemic, you said Eurodemic, or, you know, he said he likes that.
Ameridemic and Eurodemic.
Tell us about this mix, man. I mean, Sosu, man. This is a really, really great mix here.
Yeah, it is. So, yeah, that was done by. It was released by Raw Artistic Records around about 2009.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was one of the highlights of 2009 for me.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, sadly, the lady Sosu, she's not in the business anymore. You know. She doesn't remix anymore. She used to be a DJ. You know, so yeah, and DJ, producer, remixer, but she doesn't. Apparently, she doesn't. Because I was trying to convince her to do something else. I said, "Oh no, I don't do that anymore." I was like, "Whoa!"
I mean, your first album,
Turbulent Times, yeah.
I mean, every day, every time, every era has been a turbulent time. But this album, when you look at the situation we're really going through now, did you think it's going to be so ideal, fitting for this situation?
In fact, it is so relevant. That's the thing. Turbulent times will come, turbulent times will go, turbulent times will come back, turbulent times will go. And it's what you call a ping-pong affair.
Yes.
Because it's what determines your mettle either as a man, as a woman, as a human being, as a community, as a village, as a town, as a city, as a country, you know. So it's your ability to get through those turbulent times and take the lessons learned and move on and, you know, keep on evolving, you know, as human beings. So I I just it's a title that came to me, and I was like, at that point in time, I didn't look at it in the entire scope of global thing, just through my own personal looking glass as what I was going through, what I was seeing my colleagues go through. I was like, turbulent times.
Can you remember the particular incident that got you to write, to focus on the album, in terms of the turbulent, a particular thing that really got you to write that? Can you remember?
Yeah, of course, it's not there in the song. Being based in the UK, just coming into the UK and seeing how difficult it is for you to just uproot from one side of the world and then just come and sit down and be based in another side of the world. It takes a while. It takes a while for you to find your rhythm, to find your flow, to find yourself, to find your voice. So during those times, it can be lonely, it can be turbulent, and for me, my experience was like, back home, there's always support somewhere. If you don't go to uncle here, you go to auntie there. If you don't go to auntie there, you go to... When you're in the western part of the world, everybody's going through the same thing. So there's no uncle to bail you out, especially if you are an orphan. You don't have momsy, you don't have popsy. You are alone on your own. If anything happens, that's it. You're on your own, man. And if you don't have family, if you don't have friends, or if you don't have wise counsel, or if you're not intelligent enough, or experienced enough, or wise enough, you find yourself on the wrong end of the stick, So, but then on a global scene, the turbulent times has now reached a pandemic level, whereby it's not just individuals now. We are talking of the whole community. Then we are talking of the whole country. Then we are talking of the whole region. Then we are talking of the whole world on lockdown. Woohoo! Who would have thought turbulent times in 2002 will still be relevant in 2020 as a title?
Well, here on Feferity Radio, we make things so relevant because this is a nostalgic station, so we throw back. I mean, for you personally, born in Hackney, I mean, how old are you when you went to Nigeria? Because that was another culture shock there, isn't it?
It was a shock, man. I was running away from goats. I was running away from lizard. I will not sleep in a room where there was wall gecko. Because I did not see that in London when I was growing up.
Only on television and children's cartoon, right?
Yeah, and they were supposed to be... They were supposed to be wild. I used to be scared, man. What a culture shock. I remember my first experience of ice cream in Nigeria. I was like, what? That's not ice cream. No, don't tell me lies. That's not ice cream. It was this, the one that they bring out this bar, rectangular bar.
Yes.
And then they cut it with a blade.
Right.
And my cousins were all excited. This guy on a bicycle.
Yeah.
Screaming, ice cream, banana, chocolate.
I remember, yeah.
And then the guy, all my cousins ran out and said, ice cream. And he pulled up.
Yeah.
And then they asked for a rectangular bar of wall ice cream.
Right.
Oh my God. Then they brought out this thing wrapped in paper.
Yes.
And then he was going to cut like 5p worth out of it.
Yeah.
Because they didn't have enough money to buy a whole bar.
A bar, yeah, that's right.
So I was like, okay, how much? Okay, I said, okay. And I just told them there and then, that's not ice cream. I don't want any of it.
Were you persuaded afterwards?
Oh, later on I got used to it. I mean, that was my initial reaction.
Yes.
And it's like, the food,
Everything
amala.
looks
I
different.
was like, amala? Disgusted. That black, gooey. No, I don't want that. Can I have chips? There's no chips.
I
But
bet he was
then-
laughing at you, thinking, "Don't worry now."
Everybody, all my cousins were laughing at me.
When water dry from Gary, you go know.
Oh, you know what?
Eh.
Gary was okay because it was called cassava plate.
Yes.
That was a novelty for me.
Right. Okay.
Gary with sugar
Yeah.
and ice water and then salted peanut.
And peanut.
Oh, my
right. Yes.
God.
Yes.
Yeah, that was
That used to be our lunch. I mean, going to school, man. You have your Gary and put in your bit of tin, your lunchbox with sugar and peanut. That is it.
Yeah. Ooh.
All you do is just water, isn't it?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, those were the years, the early years post-independence, when every African, every Nigerian
Yeah.
was more or less highly motivated
Yes.
to play their part in building a nation.
Right.
Because my parents, nobody wanted to come to Europe and stay here. They wanted to come gather skills,
Mm-hmm.
I want to be a doctor. I want to be an architect. I want to be a lawyer. I want to be an engineer. I want to be a civil engineer. I want to be a construction engineer. Everybody had dreams. Okay, we get those skills, go back to home, let's go and build a nation.
Yes. Yes.
And that was it. Most of my father's colleagues, they all went back as soon as they qualified. In fact, the last year of study, before they got their results, they'd already started writing letters of application saying that, look, I'm about to graduate.
Yes.
I would love to work in your company. They were writing letters to all the companies in Nigeria that was relevant to what they were studying.
Yeah.
And the same thing with my father. By the time he qualified, he already had a job waiting for him as a banker. So he just went, as soon as he got his papers, he just went straight back to work in the banking industry very quickly.
Yeah.
And of course, before all the negative people started to show and influence the turn of events, such that now, 60 years post-independence, and let me say no more.
Well, that's it. I think, you're right, because the people that went, they went with the right intentions. And Nigeria has been a very developing country for years with a lot of brains in so many different institutions and industries. But, there we go. Turbulence time, man. We're going to take the first track. It Get As It Be. Is that right?
Turbulent times. It Get As It Be.
I mean, this is a really interesting album because on there you got phase 2, What Next? You got Big Cat, Fat Cat, right? Are Not Like. I mean, this is like The Godfather. I mean, this is amazing album. Well, let's take the first track, Turbulent Times, the album title. My special guest, Dele Sosimi. You're listening to Feferity Radio. My name is Freestyle, and this is from his first album, 2002, Turbulent Times.
happy, then you sad. Turbulent times is the story of life. The things where I go talk, now the things where I don't see. The things where I go talk, now the things where I don't see. Oh! The things where I don't see, the things where I go talk, now the things where I don't see, the things where I go talk, now the things where I don't see, the things where I go talk, now the things where I don't see.
What do you see?
I see many, 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 many things.
What do you see?
I see many, 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 many things.
What do you see?
I see many, 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 many things.
What do you see?
I see many, 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 many things.
What do you see?
Police in London,
He get as it be. What do you see?
police in London,
He get as it be. What do you see?
police in world,
He get as it be. What do you see?
for the whole wide world.
He get as it be. What do you
To chop,
see?
to walk,
He get as it be. What do you
to
see?
walk, to chop.
He get as it be. What do you
Money
see?
for pocket jingle,
He get as it be. What do you
money
see?
for market jingle,
He get as it be. What do you
money
see?
for rent jingle,
He get as it be. What do you
money
see?
for council tax,
He get as it be. What do you
money
see?
to pay for borrow,
He get as it be. What do you
money
see?
for credit jingle,
He get as it be. What do you
money
see?
for TV license,
He get as it be. What do you
money
see?
for taste water,
He get as it be. What do you see?
money to send go get dinko,
He get as it be. What do you
money
see?
for Western Union,
He get as it be. What do you see?
Asusu bills. All these things where I sing about, the common thing I get. All these things where I sing about, the common thing I get. All these things where I sing about, the common thing I see. All these things where I sing about, the common thing I get. Not turbulent times. Not turbulent times. Not turbulent times.
He get as it be.
Not turbulent times. Not turbulent times we
He
day.
get
Not
as it
turbulent
be.
times we day.
Turbulent times.
Not turbulent times we
He
day.
get
Not
as it
turbulent
be.
times I day.
Turbulent times.
Turbulent times I
He
get.
get as it
Turbulent
be.
times I
Turbulent
day.
times. He get as it be. Turbulent times. He get as it be. Turbulent times.
Turbulent times I
He
day.
get as it be.
Turbulent times I day.
Turbulent times.
He get as it be.
Everything is taxed.
Tell me,
Are they going to tax the air that we breathe soon? So Dele Sosimi, what a track, man. Welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
My goodness. You think they're going to tax the air that we breathe soon? Because they tax water already.
Well, I was talking about all the bills that even, back home, I don't know, man.
At least you don't pay
Nothing
your
is
tax
free.
bills and all of that.
Nothing, nothing is free in shop nowadays. Nothing is free. At least back home,
Yeah.
it's terrible. In Nigeria, you pay for electricity and you get maybe electricity maybe once a week. So I guess my complaint was that, you pay your electric bills, you pay your water bills, you pay your council tax, you pay your rent, you pay your mobile phone, you pay your internet, you pay. Nothing is free.
You pay for the
So
road.
you better have your money-making machine rolling for you.
Tell us about the musicians on this album. I mean, the Huntsman on this one is great. Tell us.
Yeah. Lionel Bewley on tenor saxophone,
Wow.
solo. Henry Kofi on baritone saxophone, solo. Femi Elias on bass. Kunle Olaseju on guitar.
Yeah.
Justin Tog on slide trombone.
Yeah.
Who else again?
You forgot yourself?
Me on piano. Byron Wallen on trumpet.
Yes.
Who else again? Yeah. Because I had trumpet, trombone, tenor sax, baritone sax.
Okay.
After I had horn.
Have you called Linos?
Then I had Richard Agile on percussion.
Yeah.
I remember it. Richard Agile on percussion, and then Kule Olashoju on guitar.
And Richard.
And then, say it again?
Percussion. Richard.
Percussion.
Yeah.
Richard Agile. Yeah. Richard Agile, and then of course me, my humble self on piano and writing and arranging and orchestrating, and then we had that was recorded at the Premises Studios in Hackney. Can you imagine my first album?
Yes.
Released, recorded and mixed in Hackney. Born in Hackney. First album released and mixed in Hackney.
I mean, tell us about, there is a popular venue we all used to jam, very, very popular on the weekend, massive. I mean, you've played there, I've played there. The Passing Clouds. And also what's the other one on May?
It used to be called the New Empowering.
The New Empowering Church, Empowerment Church, Wow.
Empowering.
Yes, the New Empowering Church. But boy, those are two massive venues.
What I did was, I just worked it out that, look, I need a place where, come rain, come shine, if you, as a music punter or as a music fan or Afrobeat aficionado, you come into London, you'll be like, where can I watch Dele Sosimi?
Yes.
I say, oh yeah, he plays once every 2 months at blah, 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 blah. He plays the last Saturday of every 2 months, and he does 6 events a year at the New Empowering Church.
Yes.
I wanted a place where I could grow with my lineup. I could use it as a springboard for those I teach.
Yes.
To actually cut their teeth live, and it was working.
It was working. Brilliant.
It was working. We had we were having full houses, and which afforded us the ability to sometimes have like 16, 15, 17 people on stage sometimes.
Yep.
And it was also an opportunity for me to also watch the effects of the music on our following, and then at the same time, word of mouth is one of the biggest publicity tools within the underground.
Yes.
Because most people in the underground don't read the Guardian, they don't read the Times, they don't read the Sun.
It doesn't reflect, is it?
Yeah.
No.
They have an underground knowledge that will put any reporter to shame.
Yes.
And so over the years, we built such a healthy following, and at the same time, the music was able to evolve.
Yes.
Found my voice. I'm still looking my voice, but I found some of my voice. I started testing my voices.
Yes.
And then testing my writing and my collaborative writing. What it evolve, what it affect, reorganize, readjust, adjust.
Yeah. I mean,
and we managed to keep it going for 9 years.
I'm telling you, and you talked about everything, but you didn't mention your costumes. I mean,
mainly because the costumes, no matter how flashy your costumes are, when it comes to radio shows, it becomes a non-issue.
But at the New Empowering Church, man, I'm telling you, that was a really, really good balls there. For those of us who are not really fortunate to be at the shrine, was a place that all Londoners who love Afrobeat can go and congregate, and it was such a beautiful, beautiful atmosphere. Like you said, 9 years, and it grew very, very well. I mean, let's take the second track, because I want us to go through this Turbulent Time album, because it's so relevant today. Big Boo, is he? Big Boo? Or Bedu?
Bedu.
Bedu. What's Bedu means?
Bedu is the ceremonial drum that usually each village will have that drum. When there's an important thing, once you hear the sound of that drum, wherever you are in town, you drop it and you go. You drop it and go and assemble where you're supposed to assemble. It's like a spiritual summoning, the drum that summons everybody.
Yeah. And it's so important with African musicians. I mean, you've mentioned spiritual for, the best part of the conversation. And it's so true that everything that we do, we inflict the spirit upon it. Is not true?
Oh, yep. Because the music is a spirit, as far as our tradition has always looked at it as a spirit.
Yeah.
So I just call that track Bedu 1, as in the summons, number 1.
That's all.
It was my first writing.
Yes.
Where I went to New York, and I went to go and hang out with Joe Cosell and Jerome Sydenham, and put that track together.
Yes.
At a session in New York, and called Bedu 1. So it was released on Ibadan Records initially.
Right.
Featuring a couple of New York musicians. And then when I decided to release my album Identity, I decided to do another version of the recording. So
right. Can you remember the names of the UK the US musicians that was in it?
Woohoo!
Drop it.
By the time we get to the end of the tune, I will refresh my memory.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
All right then. So let's enjoy here. Bedu 1 calling us to the court to, to assemble and enjoy this beautiful track by Dele Sosimi, my special guest here on Feferity Radio. This is going to take us to the top of the hour, but we're here till 9. We want to welcome you here. got this for you till 9 p.m. here on Feferity Radio. Afrobeat by Dele Sosimi, my special guest on the line. This is Bedu One calling us to the Afrobeat court to express ourselves as you're doing now. Wow. Well, we're coming on to the top of the hour 8, and you're going to hear our radio sweeper here. On the other side, we'll join with my special guest and continue with Bedu One. Feferity Radio, your nostalgic station.
Went to Africa and you told the Africans that they must all become Christians, because if they become Christians, when they die, they will go to heaven, because heaven is a wonderful place. Ladies and gentlemen, if heaven was such a good place, do you think white people will tell black people about it? So we came to England with all the expectations of being equal. Here we are in the mother country. The white man can't come to terms with it. And I'll tell you something, as I've said before. If you English people, not white people, if you're not English, you're welcome to stay in England. If you're English and you don't like the way we are running England, please leave.
Feferity Radio, your nostalgic station. You're listening to Feferity Radio.
Just finish our clapping. This is Bedu One by my special guest Dele Sosimi. On the line, you're listening to Feferity Radio. My name is Freestyle. On a weekday, what are you saying here? Where I speak to various people from around the world from various walks of life. And as you know, Feferity Radio started by promoting African musicians, especially the fringe one. And I've been doing this for the last almost 30 years now, really, playing African music. So here is my station that reflects musicians, not just music, but also bring in musicians that some of you might not know or had about, and their music to you here on Feferity Radio. And today with me, my special guest, our Baba, our Goldfinger, Afrobeat, King Local Champion, Dele Sosimi. Welcome back, sir.
Yeah, thank you. I'm not one for all those accolades and all that. No. I'm just a human being doing my little part every other person.
That's right.
I'm just, like the doctor will do it. The DJ will make sure we have a selection of beautiful tunes to keep us going. The musician will keep on writing tunes to inspire us, to make us happy, to get us in the mood for love, get us out of the mood for love, or for walk, get us in the mood to pump iron in the gym, because there's music for every occasion,
Right.
And then the same thing, a lot of people relate to music in different ways. Some people, it calms them down. Some, it makes them, go. It drives them, Some people, they don't react at all, Depends on, So I prefer just to say, Dele Sosimi.
Well, I wanted to send a shout there to your listeners. One was Paula Alexandra. She says, enough greetings to you and hugs.
Say it again?
I said there's a message coming through from the listeners, some of your fans, Paola Alexandra.
Hey, thank you, Paula. Ciao. Ciao, Bella. I don't know if that's right. Because I remember, I think she's Italian.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. You tried.
Ciao. And then I know Princess Unu is also listening.
Princess Unu as well from France.
Yeah,
in France.
From France.
Yeah.
Big shout out to all of you. Stay safe. Stay positive. We will come out of this. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. It may be a long tunnel. It may be a short tunnel. But don't worry about the length of the tunnel. Just keep your head down, doing your thing.
Yeah.
When the time comes for you to start running with it, you'll be ready to run for at least as long as it takes,
Yeah. I mean, right now, with the lockdown, we're consuming a lot, isn't it? Food-wise.
Yep.
I mean, even myself, I'm a very small man, but I look at my tummy. It is not really looking good.
I tell you, man, it's the time where everybody, man, my cooking skills have just jumped up like 5 notches.
Wow.
Because I have to keep myself entertained,
Tell us some of the dishes that you've been laying out.
Okay, because I didn't eat all day today, I just decided to treat myself to a nice seed bread sandwich. So I came up with a sardine, crushed the sardine, mixed it with a tiny lump of butter, then spread it on my bread. Then I sliced the cucumber into very thin strips.
Right.
Then I put it on top of the bread, and then put another slice on top of it, and then pressed it down hard.
Yes.
But this is after sprinkling a bit of salt and a lot of black pepper, crackled black pepper, and then just covered it.
That's
what
really.
I had just before this,
That's so healthy and simple, isn't it?
Yeah, very healthy and simple. And the complicated, the other day, I had bell peppers, mixed ones. I had yellow, I had orange, I had red, and I had green. I said, okay, you know what? I'm going to come up with something. I don't know what it is, but by the time I finish, I'll have an idea. So first of all, I chopped everything.
Yeah.
Then I chopped some onions, white onions.
Yeah.
Chopped some purple onions. Then I now put them in a frying pan to sizzle.
Yeah.
They sizzled for a while. Then I put 1 spoon of very hot chili from Nigeria, powdered chili.
Right.
I stirred it in. The aroma started to attack me. I was like, yes. Okay, now what can I do? And I thought, I said, okay, let me open some tinned mackerel. So I put a tin of mackerel.
Yeah.
I tasted it. It tasted good. I was, Then I said, okay, what else can I do? I put another tin of sardines. Then
the ideas are coming. You're building up.
I tell you, it was looking good. I said, oh no, it's not yet there. So while it was sizzling, I now took some egg. I cracked the eggs one by one. I made a semicircle in this big frying pan, semicircle until I filled every available space, and there was like an what do you call it? A poached egg.
Yeah.
There were like about, I ended up with like about, I think 9 eggs in all.
My goodness.
Then I
Dele.
covered the pot. Wait. Then I covered the pot.
Right.
And I put it on low, on the frying pan. Rather.
Wow.
I put it on very low fire.
Wow.
And then that was it.
So, I mean, what did you call that?
That was just, I don't know what to call it. I just called it on the spur of the moment.
I think we can
But
just...
you know what?
Yeah.
That lasted me 3 days.
What? It lasted you
Yeah,
3 days?
man.
Of course, 9 eggs.
Yeah. No, 3 days.
Wow.
Because what I did was I had it initially there and then. I had it with boiled yam
Right.
for
Good.
lunch.
Yes.
Then early evening, I had a light rice with mixed veg,
Right.
and then some of the tomato
Uh-huh.
sauce, the sauce.
Uh-huh.
Then the next day,
Uh-huh.
then I had it with agege bread. Have you heard of agege bread?
What, the brown harder one?
No. Agege bread is Nigerian style hard dough bread,
Right.
but it's sweet.
Okay.
We usually use it to eat pulses like beans.
Yes,
and things
yes,
like that.
yes.
The next day I had it with agege bread
Oh.
for breakfast,
Mhm.
and then for lunch I had it with pasta. Then the final day I had it with mashed potatoes,
Okay.
and then in the evening I had it with spaghetti. You know,
I mean,
I just
yeah. I mean, what was the drink? I mean, what you had with it? In all of that, your spaghetti, boiled potato mash, and adobo bread. What was the drink? You get, what did you have with it? Yeah.
straight water.
Oh, right.
Water.
No Niger Guinness or nothing?
Old H2O.
I tell you what, that your menu there, you won't believe it, but I think this will go viral. It will become a menu for so many people. I mean, you've just inspired a lot of us at the moment. Onions, red pepper, green pepper, yellow pepper, and purple onions, and 9 egg. You got mackerel, and you got sardine. Right, 2 tins of mackerel and a tin of sardine, right?
Yeah, exactly. But
and some Nigerian hot pepper.
Make sure you crush the sardine. So with each spoon, there's some sardine. You don't actually see the sardine because
all right, you
sort of
blend
like,
it. Yeah.
It's sort of like
mash it.
Blends into the whole sauce.
Yeah. Okay.
And it works with anything.
Wow.
It even worked with mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
And I forgot to add because when I boil potatoes,
yes,
I don't mash everything up.
Okay.
Sometimes I like leaving some of it so that I can actually
chew it.
I can actually have it as a part of a salad.
Okay.
So when I make my tomato salad, sometimes I make some tomato, grated carrot, and then some iceberg lettuce. Then I'll just put some boiled potatoes that have been sort of diced, just to give it some extra starchy body,
Yes. I mean, you can cook, man. Dele, you can cook.
I don't know any of my mates who don't know how to teach. One of the first things your mother teaches you as a man is that no woman is gonna hold you to ransom.
Well, isn't that came very, very handy at this time?
Oh yeah, it does.
I've just got a text here from Akresi, Joyce Akresi's. She wasn't sure whether you did put vodka there.
Vodka where?
In the sauce.
No alcoholic beverage of any sort.
Right, there you go.
The only thing there was chili, and that chili is the dried long peppers from Nigeria.
Right.
It's been dried and then it's been ground into fine powder. But it's really, it's got a beautiful aroma.
Yes.
And, you know, when you add it to any of your cooking,
Yes.
it just brings out the best. If you like your spice.
Wow.
And, you know, your
Wow.
eyes water a little bit,
Uh-huh.
but it's okay. You know.
I tell you what, are you going to call that phase 1 of the cooking? I mean, that big bunch there? Is that phase 1?
No, that's just like, you know, on the spur of the moment. On the spur of the moment, anything can happen. If you give me those same ingredients tomorrow,
Yes.
on the spur of the moment, and I'm hungry and I'm like, what can I do? I probably will come up with a different combination.
Absolutely. I mean, this is the beautiful thing, actually, talking to a musician that we've always seen on stage with his instrument. You know, you got your horns and your keyboard there and your microphone. And here you're talking about the kitchen appliance. I mean, you know, how you apply yourself and your cooking skills, really. It's pretty amazing to draw us so closer, you know, for us to realize not just the musical skill that you've got in writing and playing and, you know, constructing your music, but also, you know, you can make some beautiful dish out of few ingredients.
Yeah. Sometimes I get inspiration from actually what I've cooked. I remember, I think like now, as I'm speaking now, I'm actually thinking of writing something called On the Spur of the Moment.
Right. There
It's
you
a
go.
good title, and I'll try and walk myself through the process of chopping the red pepper, chopping the yellow pepper, chopping the green pepper, chopping the onion, purple, chopping. You know, at each stage is a different ingredient. So each item I use is going to form a part of the music, and hopefully I'll come to your program and talk about it when I release.
Well,
so remember, on the spur of the moment.
On the spot of the moment. I mean, you hear it here first on Feferity Radio. I'm sure somehow Feferity Radio or Freestyle is going to be on that. Thank you very much for that, Dele Sosimi. Let's take another track because we've got some tracks for you that you've been working on with TY and all those great artists.
Hold on.
Yes.
You remember I promised I would find at least a few of the musicians on that last track? Okay. Yeah, Oscar Debe, the Nigerian drummer based in New York, he was on drums. And then Jay Collins was on tenor saxophone. Right. And Kurt Rosenwinkel was on guitar. On the original one released with the Badon Records. That Bedu Resurrection, but the one you just heard that was released by Elipo Records, my record label. Yeah, that featured most of the members of my current Afrobeat orchestra. Justin Togo on slide trombone, Femi Las on bass, Kunle Lofinjana on drums. Who else was there? I think Linus Billy on tenor sax. Who else? Thomas Allen on trumpet. Phil Dawson on guitar, I think. Yeah. And who else? Yeah, that's about it.
And this is phase 2. What next? One of my favorite. My special guest on the line, Dele Sosimi.
Yes.
Not just a musical, talented man, but also a brilliant chef.
I better open my restaurant.
I will come chop now, like we chop music already.
Yep. What there should be venues where musicians are invited to cook. People will come and taste and pay to come and eat and then come out dance to the music later on.
That sounds good to me. To me. Something I might steal from you as well.
Yeah, you know, where they do all this celebrity chef thing, bring in a celebrity, or not celebrity as such, but bring in a down-to-earth musician.
Yep.
And he will actually come, cook for his fans who are paid to come and be guests on the program. Comes up with something, and then delivers a performance like they've never seen before.
And I tell you what, I think from now on I'm gonna be, introduce that to my musicians I'm gonna be interviewing here. That's a very, very good idea.
Yep. Can you imagine? First of all, you get to eat with your favorite musician, you know, and then after eating, then you get to walk out whatever you've eaten, you walk it out on the dance floor, because it's going to deliver some serious music, and you're going to make sure that you walk all the calories off.
Wow. I mean, the other day I interviewed T-Fire, Tembe Matibise, the South African player, and he also is a very, very good cook. So that's a good idea. Well, let's enjoy what next. Phase 2 from Turbulent Times.
Yep.
aláṣẹ lọ́run oníṣẹ́ àrà tí ń ṣe ohun tẹ́nìkan ò lè ṣe adániwáyé ọba kùtùkùtù òwúrọ̀ olùgbèjà ọmọ òrukàn olùṣègùn àjàṣẹ́gun ọba ajagun ṣẹ́gun má fi tìbọn ṣe ajáde má tán nílé àdàgbà má pààrọ̀ oyè arúgbó ọjọ́ ọba aládé lọ kárin kése gbanigbani tá à ń sáyà alágbára gíga olódùmarè ọba ayérayé àìnípẹ̀kun mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ rẹ mo júbà mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ rẹ mo júbà ọlọ́run ọba olódùmarè.
one of my favorite tracks, from the album Phase 2, What Next? Well, I'm speaking to my special guest here, our brother here in the UK, Afrobeat, keeping the vibration. Dele Sosimi. Welcome back, sir.
Oh, yes, thank you. It's always good to share sometimes the non-musical aspects that have a direct or indirect effect on your writing or your musicality,
Yes.
So
yes.
I was quite happy to share my my cooking expertise within my little world,
Yes.
So if anybody wants the recipe, do not hesitate, just ask. It's very simple.
And the listeners are paying full attention. We got a text here from Sylvia, says, I love when he talks about the cooking. So, a lot of people are really, really taking in what you're saying. And it is vital because most of the time, and this is what I, want to pursue in radio, bringing out the other side of people, especially musicians. People watch you on stage, they listen to your music, but they've never had you speak in such a way. And it is very enlightening, It kind of brings the closeness. It brings you closer to a lot of people who'll be listening to you for the first time, wanting to go check your music and so on. It is great. Musically speaking at the moment, what you've been really working on, because it's been a while since we spoke. So what is the new thing cooking for you? What has been cooking?
Well, since we last spoke, quite a number. I think I released a new album, Fit Touch Am, which is nearly 5 years ago now. And then also I've done a project, a collaborative project with my Cuban friends, a group called Loki Terra. Loki Terra meets Dele Sosimi. We released an album called UK Afrobeat. And also I've started a project with Medla. Medla remixed one of the tracks on my album, the title track especially, Fit Touch Am. And it's one of the most popular remixes on that album. So yeah, I've started a new project where it's just a duo, more of an electronic project where I am on synthesizer and he's on MPC, guitar and programming and dubbing, So we have that live aspect. And then, of course, I've also gone around collaborating, teaching, doing my master classes at Fela's former school, Trinity College of Music. And then Cardiff University in Cardiff. I've been doing master classes, workshops, and then also in Hungary, such that I now have collaborated with a band based in Budapest.
Wow.
Called Mabon Dawood Republic. And we released, they released something earlier this year. So I think we hopefully will be able to play, because we've got about 15 minutes of time left, So hopefully we'll play something from that. I'm sure you'll like it. I'll send you the details so you can probably add it to the playlist if we have time. Yeah?
Okay. Well, for now, let's listen one from Comet Records, based in France. That's the Tony Allen connection there. And this is with Tony Allen and TY. Is he Jakelewa?
Jakelewa. May our nightfall be even better than our daybreak. It's more or less saying that in old age, may you spend your old age in happier times than your youth.
That's beautiful. Well, let's all enjoy it whilst we're young. Were you on the keyboard here?
No, actually, this is TY. This is a special one for TY. You remember TY passed away?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
TY,
now.
Yeah, TY he's the one that featured with Tony Allen, and I was quite, inconsolable. And when I heard, I was like, why? Barely a week, barely a week after, man, very painful, man.
Let's enjoy it, man, and bring about the good feeling.
Yes.
Come back safe. Somehow, somewhere, some way, may your night be as good as your day. Somehow, somewhere, some way, everybody got a part to play. Come on. Somehow, somewhere, some way, may your night be as good as your day. Somehow, somewhere, some way, Johnny Allen got something to say to you. As we take this journey, please look after us, God Almighty. Let your night be more prosperous than your day. Check it. All our children abroad, may you come home safe. Somehow, somewhere, some way, may your night be as good as your day. Somehow, somewhere, some way, everybody got a part to play. Come on. Somehow, somewhere, some way, may your night be as good as your day. Somehow, somewhere, some way, Johnny Allen got something to say to you. Papa's too scared to go back, afraid people will laugh if he doesn't come stacked. You know what? I recognize the fact, but I well and truly can't agree with that. They say it's not where you're from, it's where you're at. I say it's not where you're at, it's who you are. Back home, so near, so far. Been a long time and it seems bizarre. Certain dreams are discovered abroad. Live the life to uncover the fraudulent life circle that doesn't allow you to benefit some way, somehow. A foot can't walk without toes, least of all if the legs ain't listening. Leave to succeed, oh yes. Just don't forget what's left. Reckless days make the night time harder. It's all part of our ongoing saga. Many of us too scared to go home, trapped in a western state of mind time zone. If the day reflects your youth, so the night represents the aged. And may your night be as fruitful as indeed your day is. Somehow, somewhere, some way, may your night be as good as your day. Somehow, somewhere, some way, everybody got a part to play.
What a feeling, isn't it, that this is bringing to us right now listening. Isn't it, Dele?
Yes, indeed. I sent you a message both on WhatsApp and email, just so you can see that track.
Yeah,
just in case if you can bring it up.
Right.
So, with TY, are we on air or are we?
Yeah, definitely. We're on air.
Oh, good. So for me, TY was one of the most skillful, wordsmiths. Somewhere, some way, somehow, may your night be as good as your day. Everybody has a part to play. Papa's too scared to go back. I'm afraid everybody will laugh if he don't come back.
And calling the children to come home.
Fact, but I well and truly can agree with that. They say it's not where you're at, but it's from, Yeah. I say it's not where you're at, it's who you are. Certain dreams are discovered abroad. If we can't walk without tools.
Say it, man. Say it.
Least of all, if the legs ain't listening. Leave to succeed, oh yes, but just don't forget what's left. Reckless days make the night time harder. It's all part of an ongoing saga. If the day represents your youth, so the night represents the ages.
Wow.
And may your night be as fruitful as indeed your day.
May their soul rest in peace, eh?
And both of them are now resting in peace,
Yes.
At least Tony Allen got to 40, he got to 79, but TY was just 47, man.
Yeah.
He had so much to do. We
Yeah.
had plans.
Yeah.
We had so much planned for this year, In isolation, we were, because that's not going to stop us from, bouncing ideas and preparing such that once life gets back to normal, there's a whole stack of events lined up because we've been planning while everybody's been quiet.
There you go. Well, your album, You know Fit Touch 'em?
Yes.
I'm going to play the album title of that album, You Know Fit Touch 'em.
Yo, good. Yep. Thank you.
And I think
That's a good one.
your album, all of them, listen to it, Identity, Turbulent Times, You Know Fit Touch 'em. They got a resume of your touch on it. I mean, you can listen to various Afrobeat artists, but when you listen to Dele Sosimi, you can tell that is Dele Sosimi. And this, You Know Fit Touch 'em.
Enjoy.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
Serious cooking.
That woman, she be bed to spirit way enter, come take over. That time, that day, and everywhere you see, Afrobeat people, them they dance. She go move you, she go groove you, she go shock you, she go rock you. You see I'm there, you see I'm there, you see I'm there. Everywhere you go on pull 'em, grab 'em. You go want touch 'em. You go want pull 'em. Boy, you no fit touch 'em. Oh boy, you no fit touch 'em. At all. Sister, you no fit hold 'em. Boy, you no fit touch 'em at all, at all. Paddy, you no fit touch 'em.
You know you can get it in all your the music network, Spotify. Enough Fit or You Know Fit Touch 'em. That's the album. Dele Sosimi, my special guest today. This is serious cooking here. So Dele, you're not playing, man. You're not playing.
Variety of ingredients.
You know, it takes me back to the new empowering church in Hackney. Serious things were happening there. I mean, when you see it live in motion, you guys can play for 20 minutes.
Well, you know, the unique thing about that was I actually was trying to recreate the atmosphere of Fela's Shrine in Lagos.
Yeah.
Where the doors open from 9 p.m.
Yes.
Live music starts at 12 midnight.
That's
and
right.
We play non-stop till 4 a.m.
Oh my gosh.
So it's a marathon non-stop session. And you see, 4 hours will go so fast because the music is so potent, you don't even time stand still.
And
so 4 hours go in the twinkling of an eye.
And I remember, if you go there probably 2 a.m. in the morning, there's no space to park, isn't it?
Exactly. There's no space to park your car outside, one. Then, when you get inside, sometimes they may even tell you at the gate, oh, sorry, we are at full capacity. One in, one out. You have to wait outside for one person to come in because there was a no readmittance policy. If you leave, that means you're not coming back in.
You're not coming back in, yes.
Unless you pay the fare again, you know.
Well, let's touch on this one you did with the Mabun Duwad Republic. Nalai.
Yeah.
So this one was recorded.
Yeah, I have been going to Budapest for like 3 years now.
Yes.
And I've been doing a masterclass kind of workshop with this Mabun Dawood Republic band based in Budapest. They're all Hungarian musicians.
Right.
And what we do is we then end up doing a celebration every October.
Right.
They organize the celebration. I go in there, do masterclasses, do workshops, rehearse, get ready, and then do like 3-hour performance of Fela tracks featuring different musicians, different invited guests.
Right.
And after 2 years of working with them, you know, it was like, we'd like to feature you on a track. Would you like to write some lyrics to this track? And that's how this came about. So enjoy, listen.
Okay.
Hope you like it.
So they put it. I mean, they put all the tracks together, and you just.
Yeah, I wrote the lyrics.
Right.
And I think I contributed just a little bit to the music. Yeah.
Okay, that was a big challenge, isn't it? Because for a lot of Afrobeat musicians who haven't cut through, and for you to be going to Hungary and putting up a Fela Fest, some people will look at it not as palatable as your dish. So there's a challenge there,
exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, let's enjoy this combination here. Budapest and Nigeria. Nalai.
Yeah.
My special guest today, Dele Sosimi. I hope you've enjoyed our conversation and the tracks. Beautifully put together.
at all, at all, at all. Why you dey lie? Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me. They're not independent. All the politician promises before election come, them not deliver. Still they wait for them. Why you dey lie? Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me. You not deliver. Medicine when supposed to cure my illness, not the one who lied to me. Dokita or pharmaceutical company. Why you dey lie? Don't lie to me. Mr. Dokita, Mr. Pharmaceutical, don't lie yo. United Nations supposed to unify the whole world, east, west, north, south. Nobody unite. Why you dey lie? Don't lie to me. Nobody unite. Nobody unite. Why you dey lie? Don't lie to me. Tell me the truth. Don't lie. Why you dey lie? Don't lie to me. Tell me the truth. Don't lie. Follow me, your master. This is a politician. This is a politician. This is a pharmaceutical. This is a doctor. United Nations. Colonial master. This is a politician. This is a politician. This is a pharmaceutical. This is a doctor. United Nations. Colonial master. This is a politician. This is a politician. This is a pharmaceutical. This is a doctor. United Nations. Stop the lie. When I must stop the lie. Stop the lie. Stop to lie every day. Stop the lie.
I really like the track, Sir Dele.
Thank you.
I mean, who is the vocal, backing vocals? Are they Hungarian women?
Yes, yes, Hungarian women, and I also joined them. I overdubbed doing some backing vocals myself.
I mean, how was the rehearsal teaching them to speak the broken, the patois?
No, but you see, the thing is that I've been working with them for 3 years.
Yeah.
So it was like, a gradual process of actually first going through learning how to, learning the old school Fela Kuti style, They play songs like Water No Get Any,
Yeah.
Shakara, Lady, that repertoire we built over the 3 years, so they're already conversant. You can tell from their delivery that they've come out with a voice of their own. When you hear it, you will know that this is not EG30. You know it's not Africa 70. You know it's definitely not Dele Sosimi. But when you hear the voice, you'll be like, oh,
Yeah.
Which direction is Dele Sosimi going? And then you will now see that it is a band featuring me. Then you say, okay, that means that the music underneath is not sounding quite delicious to me, but when that vocal comes in, there's a signature there that may be recognizable for those who know the style,
Yes.
But you can tell that these guys have studied Fela. They know a bit of the Afrobeat language or Afrobeat kind of like template. And they are not too far. They're not too far if they're far at all.
Yeah. I mean, that's the beautiful thing about music, isn't it? The way it kind of unites and cuts through all the differences that has been created. Music and sometimes it's very difficult to comprehend as well, like an Hungarian playing Afrobeat artist. I mean, for me, it's a joy because, I mean, if their music was so popular, maybe you would be playing it. But for them to be playing one of our own, that in itself shows that the life of that music, the life of that musician, the life of that genre will continue, isn't it?
Yeah. As we are speaking, some people are discovering Afrobeat for the first time today. And they are like, wow. They're doing their research. They're like, wow. I never knew this music existed. I want to know more. I want to know more, you know. Every day, people are discovering new things, and Afrobeat is always a new thing to someone, somewhere, you know. So.
And the next track Sorry.
Go on. We've been for years. We've come to realize that there's always someone who's never heard about Afrobeat, who's always going to experience it for the first time, you know.
So true. And we're going to take one more from your, the latest album.
Yeah.
And this is Igobeta.
Yes. And
that's a great hope, isn't it? Like.
Yeah, that is the way to end, by, letting everybody know that, look, if you'll be listening today, both your friends, family, and extended family, relations, just let everybody know now, don't worry. It will, no matter how bad things get, you just have to spit it out. It will be better.
Fantastic. Well, I was going to end with one from your Identity album because we haven't played a track from that. And I was going to end with It Just They Go.
Yeah, okay, good. Yeah. Very apt. Okay, so, but in the meantime, guys, no matter how bad things are, things will get better.
Fantastic.
So hang in there, keep safe, try and ignore the fake news, try and decipher which is fake and which is not fake, and then follow the one that's not fake, and, we'll get through this.
So Dele Sosimi, I want to thank you very much for being our guest today here on Feferity Radio. For the first time on this station, and it's been a pleasure, and we've learned a lot today, not just the music side of you, but also the cooking side of Dele Sosimi. And for those
my culinary skills,
and for those who missed that recipe, this show will be uploaded on our YouTube channel. That's Feferity London. If you're not there yet, please make sure you go there. There's a lot more you can listen to, past programs, and also please subscribe and share and put your notification on for new updates. But this show here with Dele will be uploaded on our Mixcloud as well as YouTube channel. So Dele, thank you very much.
You're welcome. All the best, people. Shout out to you all. Thanks for listening in. And he go better.
Here you go better.
Why he no go better? Tomorrow
Indeed.
go better.
Every
Tomorrow
day.
much better. By force, he go better. Tomorrow will be better than today.
Thank you very much, sir. Stay safe, and we appreciate your company with us here on Feferity Radio.
Take care.
Isn't it really beautiful, wonderful, and strong? Very talented. He's a very jovial man as well. I didn't know he had such a combination of cooking skills. My goodness. Thank you very much to Dele Sosimi here on Feferity Radio. This is Igobeta.
suffer man. Money not day in hand, in life they hard. Every day, if they push him up on land, every day. Now so bread and water, as he walk out for road,
It just ain't.